welcome to Pilates with Jen, and thanks for joining me today. Today, I am bringing you a full body Reformer Pilates flow using the magic circle. This is going to be an all levels class, no crazy movements, give you options to increase the challenge or options to keep it at a basic level. We're going to be starting with 2 heavy springs today. That's 2 red springs on my Reformer. My foot bar is up in its normal footwork position, and your headrest can be as you choose. We are going to start with our magic circle. I'm just going to come around to the other side of my machine. And we're going to start perpendicular, sitting our bottom towards the edge of the carriage mat, just working into some mobility work here. We're going to grab that magic circle in between the palms of our hands, send those shoulders back and down, grow tall from the spine, sitting directly up over those sitting bones. Magic circle is just pressing in between your hands ever so slightly. Fingers are going to wrap around the pads. You're going to tilt that pelvis. You're going to roll yourself back. Now, I only want you to roll yourself back to as far as you can keep your feet on the ground. Come into that bowl C curve. Go ahead, pull the magic circle apart as you carefully articulate yourself up. Taking a moment here, moving through the spine, getting in some mobility work, warming up that core before we begin moving on to the workout. Now remember how you breathe. It is a tool, not a rule. Just make sure each breath goes with each movement. So a little squeeze in with that magic circle as you're articulating yourself down into that C curve, keeping those shoulders back, feet are still grounded. Pulling the magic circle apart as you roll yourself up. Let's go for 2 more here. We're going to roll ourselves down 1 more time. Hold that C curve. Keep that abdomen pulled towards the spine. Relax those shoulders. Keep the pull out on the ring. You're going to rotate towards the headrest. Keep the shoulders back, bring it back to center. Weight is evenly distributed both sides of the glutes. Little pull out on the ring. One more to each side here. Finish towards the foot bar. Come back to center. Hold it there. Carefully roll yourself up. Sit yourself up tall over those sitting bones. Relax those shoulders. Magic circle's coming down. We're going to take the magic circle, reach it up over our head like a halo. Drop those shoulders back and down. Abs are pulled in. Shoulders are down. We're going to go ahead, laterally flex over towards the tower, cinching that left rib to left hip, or vice versa, whichever side you're on. Coming back up to center. Let's go to the opposite side. So now I'm cinching right rib to right hip. Let's go for 2 more to each side. 1 more here. Sorry, let's do 1 more left and right. Staying grounded through those glutes. Growing up a little bit taller, still have that pull out on that ring. Coming back up to center. Go ahead, bring those hands down. And let's go ahead, roll your shoulders. Go ahead, take your magic circle with you. You're going to go ahead, lie yourself down. You're going to find the balls of your feet on to the foot bar, sits bones distance apart. That's a fist between both feet. Magic circle is just going to be resting on your chest for now. Toes, heels are lifted. When you're ready, take an inhale. Exhale, extend yourself out and resist yourself in. So keeping those heels slightly lifted, knowing where they are in space. Magic circle is just resting on your belly. You don't even need to be holding it. Think about really reaching long. Carriage is lighter than what we're used to, but we're quickly going to be going into single leg. Let's go for 4 more. Resist that carriage in. Think about pulling it through mud or quicksand, resisting the carriage coming home. Last 2. On this next one, I want you to hold yourself out long. Let's go ahead, drop both heels under for double leg tendon stretch and lift. Drop them both, lift. Let's go for 3, 2. Last one here, stay up on those toes, coming into single, dropping the right heel down, alternating to the left. You can pick it up to a double pump underneath if you prefer, or stay at singles, whichever one you feel works great for your body. What I want you to do is come up high on those toes and really press that opposite heel underneath that foot bar, getting that deep stretch along that back body. Use the breath to sync with the movement. Switch for 3. Last one. Come up on those toes and go ahead, close the carriage. Keeping the balls of the feet on to the foot bar, you're gonna go ahead, grab that magic circle. I'm gonna bring it to the ball of my right foot first. Both legs are bent right now. Ball of the foot of the left leg is still on the bar. From here, slight heel lift. You're gonna extend yourself out, extend both legs straight. Bend the knees as you come in. So both hands can be holding that magic circle to really get that assisted stretch here. So as you extend out, you're really thinking about pulling that magic circle towards your nose and bringing it back. Controlling that carriage in that molasses as you return that carriage home. Really thinking about that assisted stretch feels so good. Think about those glutes being evenly distributed. We have 2 more here. 1 more, you're gonna hold yourself out long. Both feet are long. We're gonna flex both feet and point both feet. Flex and point. Flex, get a little bit deeper into that stretch. Abs are still pulled in. Bra line is heavy on that carriage mat. Last 2. On this last one, keep that foot flexed. Keep your feet, toes towards your nose. You're gonna reach that magic circle out to the side. Keep those weight evenly distributed between both glutes. You don't want to move that pelvis. Bring it back up to center. Again, drop it out to the side. Not moving from the pelvis, trying to keep it as straight as possible. Bringing it back up to center. Hold it when you get to the top. From here, I'm going to switch my hands on the magic circle, bring it across my body. Big outer thigh stretch. Bring it back up to center, coming all the way down through the knee. Big stretch here. Breathe it out, flex the toes a little bit more. Bring that leg back up to center. Bend both knees. And let's go ahead, switch the magic circle to the other side. So the magic circle can be a little nice when we use it to assist us in stretching. So having the ball of the right foot on to the foot bar, left foot is now in the magic circle for me. You're going to extend yourself out, extend both legs, bring yourself in, bend both legs. Again, both hands as you warm up, grab that magic circle to help assist you a little bit more into that stretch. Each side should feel a little bit different, at least for me it does. Knowing where that heel on the foot bar is in space. We're going to go for 3 more here, then we're going to start adding that flex and point for 2. Last one, we're going to hold it up. We're going to flex both feet and point. Every time you flex that foot, can you pull those toes a little closer to your nose? Think about the glutes being evenly distributed. Bra line is heavy. Let's go for 3. Really get deeper in that stretch for 2. Last one, hold that foot flexed. We're going to bring that leg out to the side, trying to keep that pelvis stable. If you feel that pelvis start rocking, you've gone far enough. Bring it back up to center. Flex the feet a little bit more, get deeper into it. Out to the side, keep the pelvis straight, to center. Last one, when you come up to the center, we're going to bring that leg across the body. Get that big outer thigh stretch, that glute stretch, that IT band stretch. Flex a little bit more, bring it up. Let's do 2 more that way, get a little deeper into it. One more. When you bring that leg up, go ahead, bend both legs on the foot bar, and you can take that magic circle out. Go ahead, drop your knees from side to side. If your headrest is up, go ahead, knock it down as we're going to be coming into our bridging segment. Now the magic circle is going to come in between our inner thighs. So we're going to have to squeeze that magic circle, and I want you to put your arches or your heels on that bar. So that magic circle, your ankles are still in line with your hips. So you have to squeeze the magic circle to engage it to keep everything in line. Lighter carriage than usual. We're not worrying about moving the carriage. So extend your carriage out just a little bit so your hips are in line with your knees. When you're ready, we're going to begin articulating. So you're going to tilt your pelvis, roll yourself up 1 vertebrae at a time, squeezing that magic circle, activating that inner line. Come all the way up to the top, nice strong, squeeze a little bit more and roll it down. Embrace the stabilizer muscles, trying to activate. Take it slow. If you're trying to get to each vertebrae, you can't really go too fast. This is when the magic circle is not so nice. Squeezing through the inner thighs. I'm going to close my carriage a little too far out. Adjust as you need. Tucking and rolling. Scooping that bowl as you lift those hips. Squeezing at the top. Rolling it down vertebrae by vertebrae. Let's go for 2 more. One more here. We're all going to meet at the top. Articulate yourself up. Find that good strong bridge. Squeeze that magic circle. We're just going to squeeze the magic circle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold the squeeze. We're just going to rock the pelvis from right to left. Right to left. Just rock it so isolated, such an isolated movement. for 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center. Can you lower the hips and lift? Take a break if you need it. Squeeze. We're almost there. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Just hold it up. Just squeeze for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Articulate it down one vertebrae at a time. Whew. Take that magic circle out. Bring your knees to your chest and go ahead and rock it out for a moment. Roll those ankles in each direction. All right, once you're ready, we are going to be coming up on our reformers doing a spring change. We are going to be coming down to 1 medium spring, so that's 1 blue spring on my reformer. If you find that you need more support in this exercise, you could add it to a red spring. We're going to be doing roll downs, but you can always choke up and make it more weight either way. So go ahead, you're going to go ahead, turn around, face your risers. You're going to grab your straps. Go ahead, thread your feet to your comfort through the headrest, whether they be straight or crossed. You want to be 1 hand's distance away from the end of your carriage. I'm going to go ahead, grab my short loops. If you want this even harder, you can use the long loops. So I'm going to grab the short loops. That's going to be fine for me today. I am also going to grab the pads of my magic circle. Now I'm sitting up nice and tall over those sitting bones. Your feet are straight or they are crossed. Go ahead, relax those shoulders, draw the abs in. We're going to begin with rollbacks. So we're going to start tucking our pelvis, rolling ourselves down, keeping our shoulders as we roll down. We're rolling down against gravity, coming into that bowl position with our abdominals. Then we're going to tuck our chin towards our chest. We're going to lead the way, resisting momentum on the way up. So again, rolling down, shoulders, arms are not moving. Your waist is doing all of this work. Tucking the chin, leading with the chest. I want you to be aware of your feet, that your feet are staying grounded to the headrest. If you have your feet uncrossed, maybe flex them to your nose. Get a little bit deeper into that hamstring lengthening, especially as you roll back. Now you can add a little squeeze on that magic circle. Really feel that core connection. Squeeze it, roll down. Maybe pull it apart, lead with the chest as you roll up. Let's go for 2 more. Squeezing as I'm rolling down. Maybe pulling apart as I roll up. Magic circle is a tool, so play with it. It feels a little bit different to everybody. Sometimes it helps you connect. This is our last one. We're going to roll down. We're going to stay in that C curve, that scoop of the belly. Heels are still connected. I'm going to rotate towards my left, keeping that squeeze in the magic circle. Come to center, rotate towards the right. So we're rotating that torso around that waistline, around those hips. So the only thing that's moving is my upper body. My pelvis is staying quiet. My shoulders are staying away from the ear because the magic circle is assisting me in keeping my shoulders back. We have 1 more to each side. And on the opposite side you started. Come back to center, squeeze that magic circle, and sit yourself up nice and tall. Go ahead, relax those arms. Great job. All right, if you did change your weight at all to a heavier spring, please go ahead and change it back to that 1 blue spring. And if you are weaker in your shoulders or by any means find that this doesn't work for you, just drop it down to a lighter weight or go to your long loops. Sitting up nice and tall, our arms are going to reach out in front of us. Arms are now long, straight spine. We're going to lift the arms like a halo up over our head and drop it down. So even if you just lift them up to your forehead and bring them down, that's completely fine. What you're trying to do is bring it straight up over your head and bring it down. Such good mobility work for our shoulders. Now I'm going to take my thumbs and wrap them around the Pilates ring. So as I bring the magic circle up over my head, I can pull out, press out on that magic circle to keep my shoulders in alignment, still keeping those abs pulled in. Sitting up nice and tall. Use that exhale as you lift up. Inhale as you come down. We have 3, 2, last 1. Go ahead, bring that circle down. Relax those arms and you can hang up both of those straps. All right, we're going to take the magic circle with us. I am also going to drop my foot bar down 1 click. Depending on what type of reformer you have, you may not have to drop it. I like mine dropped down 1 more. Also staying on this blue spring. You can go up to a heavier spring if you need it less challenging, but you can also move your feet closer to the shoulder blocks. So I'm just going to come around my reformer so I can start facing you. I am going to go ahead, step up with my inside foot that goes to my platform, and then I'm going to stand up to my foot that goes onto the carriage. Now, if you find this blue spring too challenging, move your foot closer to the shoulder blocks. It takes some weight off of it. The closer you are to the springs, the harder the work becomes. So we're going to work on a little bit balance. Hands are just coming to the magic circle, and we're just holding the magic circle right now. All we're going to go is into side splits. So you're going to extend yourself out, and then you're going to pull yourself in. What I want you to think about is symmetry through your body. Both sides are equally weighted. All 10 toes are facing forward. You have a little tuck in your tailbone. Extending yourself out and pulling yourself in. Now, if you want to add a little heat to your upper body, next time you extend yourself out, we're going to add that pull onto the magic circle. So extend it out, pull the magic circle. All I want you to do is keep that pull on the magic circle. So isolated movement on the upper part of the body with those side splits. Perfect posture. Think about that tuck of the tailbone. Maybe extending yourself out just a little more length. Every time you come out, pulling it back in. We have 3 more. Then we're going to add that torso rotation. Feel the heat come into the shoulders if you're pulling out on that magic circle. Next time you come home, you're going to stay home for a moment. Carriage comes in. We're going to do the same move to the lower body, but we're going to change the upper body. So extend it out. You're going to rotate as you pull out. You can straighten those arms. I'm going to fix my hands and rotate it back to center. Again, trying to get this. Can you keep that magic circle in front of your chest? We have 4 more. Working on balance, concentration. 2. Last 1. Bring it back to center. Carefully close that carriage, release the magic circle. I'm gonna bring magic circle to the palms of my hands. Carriage is a little bit away from the bumper. Soft bend, legs parallel, all 10 toes. Magic circle's in the hand, nothing happens yet. We bend down into a squat, trying to keep the carriage quiet. As we stand up, we squeeze the glutes, we squeeze the circle. Release and squat. Stand and squeeze. Really try to bend that magic circle. Squeeze, get that chest press, squeeze the glutes. Firing up that whole back line of the body. How low can you go? We got 5. Keep that chin proud. Weight evenly distributed, more towards the heels. Squeeze the glutes. Last 2. Last 1. Bring it on in and close that carriage. All right, last move here. We're gonna take the magic circle. I'm gonna take the pad to the bumper, to the end of the carriage, and to the edge of my platform. Now you have to pull this carriage in to keep the magic circle there. Arms are by your sides. All we're gonna do is pulse it in, resist, pulse. So squeezing the inner thighs together, pulsing it in, pulse, yes. Evenly distributed through your feet, maybe a little bit more on the heels than on the balls of the feet. Squeezing through the inner thigh. Can you feel that pelvic floor pulling up through your abdominals? Squeeze. We're gonna hold that squeeze. Little squeezes into that hold. Bringing the heat to those inner thighs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully reach down, open the carriage, let that magic circle go, and then you can bring that carriage close. I'm gonna take a step back and then go ahead, take my foot off the platform. I'm also gonna lift my foot bar back up, and then I'm gonna leave my magic circle on the platform. I don't need it here. I am gonna come kneel face you first. So if that works for you, you do the same, face and kneel me. So you have an option here. You can be low on your knees. If this doesn't work for you, sit on your bottom, crisscross, or your feet dangling out, just as long as they're not touching the floor. Third option is you're gonna come up to a high kneel. I'm gonna open my base of stance so I'm supported by these shoulder blocks. So whichever way you choose, it all works. We're gonna grab the short loop. You have the options of the long loop, and we're gonna interlace both hands together. Shoulders are back and down. We're coming for a golf swing. So the arms are starting right in between the center of my body, and we're gonna swing towards the foot bar and stop and bring it right back down towards the center of the body. So swing and bring it down. Hips are staying square to the wall in front of you. Bringing it down, keeping those shoulders back. Now, if you are a golfer, you are much stronger on one side than you are the other, because with golf clubs, you probably don't swing much on the other side. So one side is going to feel way different than the other, especially if you play any type of sport. Last 3. Inhale back, exhale, reach. Last one here. When those arms come back to center, go ahead, change that hand to the outside hand. We're gonna come for a chest row. So you're gonna bring the elbow up and bring it down. I like to call it nudge your neighbor, but it's really like a high row across your body. I like to keep my hand on my shoulder, so I have a tendency to lift this shoulder. So stabilizing through your core. Whole body should be working, whether it's stabilizing or moving. Use that breath. We have 3, for 2. Last one, go ahead, bring it down. A little bit harder of a move is going to be draw the sword. So we're going to bring it out and across our body. Now, if you want to make it a little more dynamic, you can move with the strap. So your gaze goes with the strap, rotating with the torso. Still keeping the hips square. The torso is the only thing that's going to be rotating with your gaze. If it's hard, use the other hand to help you. Nothing wrong with that. Go to the longer loop, which I will probably have to do on my other side. Well, I know I'll have to do it on my other side. Last 2, reach, press it out. Inhale back, exhale, reach. Bring it all the way in and carefully hang that strap up. All right, we're going to turn around, do the same thing on the other side. So whether you were in that sitting position, that low kneel, that high kneel, same rule applies. Up against the shoulder blocks, you're going to grab the strap. Okay, I'm going to stay in that high kneel with my base of support wide. Both hands are coming into the short loop. So now I am definitely not a golfer, but I am more right-handed dominant, like anybody's more dominant than the other. So this side definitely does not feel as organic as the other side. So take the golf swing, start in the center of your body. You're going to reach it up and bring it right back down to the center of your body. So reach it up and down. Definitely feels different for me. Not sure about you, but for me, definitely. I also feel my whole torso and my waistline. I really have to fight it to keep it from twisting. Also, I'm using momentum, so trying to take the momentum out of the movement. Four more. Exhale away, inhale back. Last 2. One more. Bring it back to center. We're going to go for across that body row. So shoulders back and down. When you're ready, it's like a high row across your body and bring it back. I really do like the nudge your neighbor analogy because it really gets my elbow up like I'm really trying to get somebody next to me. Last 3, 2. Last 1, bring it in. We're going into that draw the sword. When you're ready, you're going to try not to use the momentum, so you're going to reach across your body, bring it in, and close the carriage. Trying to keep that opposing shoulder away from the ear. Remember, you have that option to use that hand if you need it to help. We have 3 more. Last one here. Go ahead, bring that strap in. You can set yourself down on your knees and hang that strap up. We are staying on that blue spring unless, of course, you changed your weight to go onto that standing side split. So this is where I'm going to go ahead and drop my foot bar one notch, and then I'm carefully going to step. My left foot is now on the platform, and my right foot is coming towards the edge of the carriage. Reminder that if you need it harder, if you need it less weight and not as hard to push away, move your foot closer to the shoulder blocks. All right, so I'm going to keep my foot at the edge. Shoulders are backing down. You're going to go ahead, begin with those shoulders. Nothing happens with the arms yet. Shoulders are down. We're coming into those side splits. Just get your momentum on this side and bring it in. Slight tuck of the tailbone, extending yourself out as far as you can get till you bring yourself back in. Now, if you want to add the heat to the shoulders, you're going to start pulling out on that magic circle, keeping those shoulders engaged and away from your ears. You can have a soft bend. You can have a bend in your arms, or your arms can be straight out. But I'm adding the pull out on the magic circle, so I kind of like the circle closer to my chest. Last 3. Next time you come in, come all the way in. We're going to add that rotational twist. So same thing with the feet, only now you're rotating, trying to keep that circle in between your chest. I just realized it went way past my chest. Hips are staying square, bringing it back to center. Arms can come out. Make it more difficult in the shoulders. Last 3. For 2. And 1. Bring it all the way in. Carriage comes in. We're keeping the carriage a little bit away from the bumper. Soft bend in the knees. Abs are pulled in. Nothing happens with the magic circle to our next up. So we're going to bend it down. Come into that squat. Squeeze the circle. Stand it up. Squeeze. Release. Come down. Stand and squeeze. Engage the glutes. Trying to keep that carriage quiet. Not doing a very good job myself, but I try. Progress, not perfection. Anything works if you stick to it. So it's showing up constantly and consistently for yourself, and all those little changes are what makes a difference. We got 3. For 2. And 1. Go ahead, bring it on in. Stand it up, shake it out for a moment. This is where we take that magic circle now and we squeeze. So we have to really squeeze in to that circle, otherwise you're going to lose it and it's going to pop up. So make sure it's in there, right? Oops. Okay, got that magic circle in. Soft bends. You're going to squeeze it in. Squeeze, squeeze, press it in. You got to keep that squeeze in. If you have to look down at it, that's fine. We're holding that squeeze for 3, 2, 1. Hold the squeeze in. Can you pulse it in a little bit more? For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully reach down, open that carriage. Carefully then close it. You can step off and carefully come on to the floor. I'm gonna lift my foot bar back up. I am gonna add a red spring on to that blue spring. Your headrest can be up or down, you choose. We're gonna go in to feet and straps. So I am taking my magic circle with me. I am gonna lie myself down. Feet are going in to the straps first. And then once you have those feet into those long loops, you are gonna take that magic circle and it's gonna go around your ankles. So both feet go into the circle and then you're gonna open the magic circle onto your calves and your legs are now one leg. So feet are gonna be flexed. You're gonna lift your legs up to the clouds. Now your bottom's definitely gonna wanna come up. You wanna try to keep yourself into that neutral spine and lower. So you're pressing out onto the pads of that magic circle, really using the outsides of your legs. Flex the feet if you choose, whatever works for you. Just try to keep them in parallel. Last two. Next time the feet come to 45, hold them there. You're gonna bend in towards your nose. Press away like you're moving this big piece of furniture. Really push out on those circles as you press away. Really press and push it away and bring it in. Three more. Feel the heat building for two. Last one, hold the legs long. You're gonna lift them up to the clouds. Now, we're just gonna rotate both legs, pressing out on the circle, round in a circle. Come down, up and around. You're rotating the hips around the spine. Press it down and around. You have to push out on that circle. Last two in this direction. Legs trying to be symmetrical, working together. When you come to the top, hold it there. Let's go the other way. Feel it in the back of those glutes, right at that seat. Last three. Carriage may be moving much, may not be moving much at all depends on your body. Last one. When you come up to the clouds, go ahead, bend your knees in. Take that magic circle out. You can carefully take the magic circle, place it down on the floor. Go ahead, extend your legs out. I want you to float them up and come around for your circles. Big, wide circles. Stretch those outsides, insides of those legs. Let's do two more in this direction. When you come up, reverse that direction, bring them down, come out and around. Next time those feet come up and around, go ahead, hold them there. Grab your straps, maybe flex your toes towards your nose, pull down on those straps. Bring your heels together, coming into Indian style, coming into a reclined. Butterfly. Taking a moment. And then from here, you can bring your feet together. Carefully take one strap off. Find the foot bar, take the other strap off. And we can come up on our reformers. We have finished today's workout. I hope you enjoyed this full body, all level reformer flow. And until next time, I'll meet you on the reformer. Bye.